Hello, my name is Jerusalem Atafi or Lali.
And I'm Maria Pritchard. Jerusalem and I are student researchers for the study Mental Health Resilience Among Orphans in Tanzania, development of a coping skill intervention to promote mental health resilience among vulnerable youth in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Our team is listed below here. The other members are Valerie Campbell, Sarah Labou, and our fabulous mentor, Dr. Megan Cherwick. Our study aims to obtain a deeper understanding of the support networks and coping mechanisms of adolescents who've encountered trauma in the event of severe hardship and risks.
The relationship between stressful events and mental health resilience is complex and dynamic over the life course. Adolescence is a critical window of development during which intervention to promote resilience and prevent poor outcomes can be particularly effective. This project is important because investing in adolescents' health is a priority because globally, adolescents will form the largest generation of 10 to 24 years old and human history representing 16% of the global population in 2018.
Alrighty. So moving on to our progress. So the data and manuscript that we originally would have been working on at this time has been postponed because of complications with getting funding to Tanzania. Therefore, the interviews on the orphans haven't been conducted yet. So the data we're currently using and writing a manuscript on is from one of Dr. Cherwick's previous studies, but it directly relates to one of the one we're planning to work on, basically, once we get those interviews back from Tanzania. So once the orphans interviews have come back, then the data and results will be analyzed, as well as another manuscript written. We will then be comparing the results from the manuscript we're currently working on with the results from the interview manuscript. This may lead to even more manuscripts, which is very exciting since we're going to be comparing. One thing we're interested in looking at and possibly starting a separate paper on once the new data is here are gender differences between the orphans in relation to coping and resilience.
What we've been learned or by working on this project, as we've been working on this project, we'll have learned how to adapt to different roles and responsibilities, whether it's to be note taking during the meeting, setting up Zoom meetings, coordinating with Dr. Sherwick if she wasn't able to present during those meetings, and learning how to gather and interpret literature reviews and data. As a student who wants to work in the field of healthcare, we must continue to learn in order to be successful in whatever path we took in the future. And for this project has created a great opportunity for all of us, and we're thankful.
Yay, so my reflection, basically the first thing that I would say I've learned from this study is patience. Again, going back to having to wait for the interviews to come back from Tanzania and the funding. However, it's been a pleasure to wait because we have such a great team, but it's definitely a skill that I've learned. Sometimes things just don't go to plan, and that's okay. That's just life. We've also learned, like Lolly mentioned, collaborating and communication. Like Lolly said, if one of us can't make a meeting or we have to cancel it, then we're constantly communicating via Slack, email, or comments on Google Documents. Teamwork really makes the dream work. We really do have to work together as a full unit. Even though we work on our own little parts that are different all the time, we still have to come back and synchronize all that information. I've also learned new skills. I would say my literature review skills have 100% been enhanced. I feel much more confident doing them now and confident and capable in my ability to deliver them. I'm like, yep, I know how to do this, and I'm confident with the new information I'm giving to people based on literature review. I've also learned how to do a Qualtrics survey and create one with Lolly as well. I think that's an extremely useful skill to have under my belt. It'll come in handy in the research field for sure. Also, measurements. We've learned many psychological measurements that we're going to be using for the interviews and during the study that are being conducted on the orphans. So that's been a great new skill to learn as well, those measurements. Basically, I love this team. And many thanks to the CSR first and foremost. Without you, none of this would be possible, as well as our awesome team and our awesome mentor, Dr. Megan Cherwick. None of this would be possible either. And we have so many more opportunities that have been given to us now that we've started this. All these doors have opened because we're on this research team. So that's great. And also the health sciences department, we're very proud to be part of that as well. So thank you for tuning into
Thank
our
you so much.
presentation.
Yes, thank you.